How's it going today, guys? Today I am talking about when do I expect the Bears to start making some moves in this offseason, because obviously we got to make some moves. Ryan Poles isn't going to sit on his ass all day and do nothing. He's already working. He's going to the Senior Bowl. He's doing whatever. He's got his scouts going on. It's just, when do I expect stuff to start happening this offseason with the Bears? When do I expect Ryan Poles to start making some moves, making some trades, making some signings, trading for some picks? Who knows? I'm just spitballing here. You know what I mean? It could be tomorrow. It could be 2 months from now. It could be 4 months from now. You never know. Okay? So this is just 100% a guess. They can start making moves very, very soon. And I do think they're going to start making moves very soon because, let me clarify. Ryan Poles, when he first got hired here, one of his first major moves was trading away Khalil Mack, okay? So I don't think he's afraid at this early part of the offseason to make big splash plays, okay? So last year was just clearing out contracts, getting rid of the Robert Quinns, getting rid of the Khalil Macks, who are just eating up the cap space. And that is kind of a major reason why we have so much money to spend this offseason on free agents, on whatever, on rookie contracts, on whatever. Because Ryan Poles, his job last year, his mission was to get rid of those big contracts that were just wasting away for 30-year-old guys. We needed to get younger. So when I first heard Khalil Mack was being traded, I hated it. I thought it was awful. Okay? I still think we could have made things better with Roquan Smith, and he's still on the younger side. So, man, I got a piece of hair. So that could have been awesome for him to stay on our team, because he's one of the best linebackers in the league. And he's, what, only 25, 26? I wanted him to stay on our team, but that's whatever. It's already done and gone. But we got rid of Khalil Mack, who's like 30. We got rid of Robert Quinn, who's like 33. It was a smart move, but I hated it at first. So one of the first things he did was get rid of Khalil Mack, all right? That was back in like March that he did that. So Ryan Poles is not scared to do stuff early in the offseason. So I think that he's going to do the same thing. He's going to do stuff very early in the offseason, but he's going to do the opposite. He's going to start trading for people. He's going to start adding instead of taking away. He's going to start signing people, extending people, all that stuff. So I think very, very soon, maybe next month, we are going to start seeing Ryan Poles go to work. He's going to extend people, sign people, trade for people. So that's just my opinion. It's 100% a guess. He could start tomorrow. He can start next week. He can start in a month. I don't know when the deadlines are or when free agency starts, but it's just 100% a guess. I can't remember when free agency starts. It starts soon, or it already started. I honestly can't remember. I remember seeing it, but I'm having a brain fart right now. So trading is very, very likely for Ryan Poles, because he definitely can trade away people in the early offseason. So this time around, I think he's going to trade for people, kind of like he did Chase Claypool. He wasn't afraid to do that. He wasn't afraid to trade away Roquan Smith. He's not afraid to trade, which I really like. I like to trade stuff as long as we don't give up too much. And that Chase Claypool trade, it looks like, at least right now, the Steelers won that trade. But again, Chase Claypool still has one more year. We don't know. He didn't lose that trade completely yet. But right now, it doesn't look very good. But yeah, I think he's probably going to extend Montgomery. Maybe if he doesn't extend Montgomery, maybe he goes and gets Josh Jacobs. I don't really know. But he also needs to be very careful, okay? He needs to be careful and precise about what he does, because this is probably one of the biggest off seasons, or the most important off season in Bears history, okay? Other than the 85 Bears, this is probably the most important offseason of Chicago Bears history. You already got the quarterback, but you pretty much don't have anything else. Okay? So I don't really expect us to be contenders next year. I don't expect us to be Super Bowl contenders next year, but I do expect us to get more than 3 wins. All right? Even if we go like 9-8 or 10-7, I will be extremely happy. That is an improvement. If we even go like close to even, I will be happy. Okay? So he still needs to be careful because we have so much to work with, but he has to be careful not to overspend, not to overpay too much. You're obviously going to overpay. It's inevitable in the offseason, in free agency. It's just going to happen, okay? You're going to overpay. It's not like we can't afford it, but at the same time, don't overpay too much. Like if you're going to sign a T. Higgins, like the video I made before, if you're going to sign T. Higgins, if he's asking for $22, $25 million a year, I probably wouldn't do it. I really like T. Higgins. I would want T. Higgins on my team. But if he's going to ask for that much, I would still say no. Even though I love him so much, I still would not sign him to that because that is just straight up too much. Unless he wants to be here for the long haul. If he wants to be here for like 6 years, $22 million is probably as high as I would go with a T. Higgins. If he wants to be here, he wants to be the franchise wide receiver, yes, overpay for him. I do not care, okay? But at the same time, you need to save money for other people. You need to save money for other stuff. You can't just overpay one guy and not pay another guy. Because if you have T. Higgins and you're overpaying for him, Chase Claypool balls out this year or next year or whatever, and he's asking for an extension, and you want to keep Chase Claypool, but you're already paying T. Higgins way too much, you're not going to be able to pay Chase Claypool, and he's just going to have to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what happened to Davante Adams. They were paying him too much, and then he pretty much went somewhere else, and they wouldn't, like if they kept Davante Adams and Christian Watson was balling out and Davante Adams was still there at the end of his rookie contract, but you're still paying Davante Adams all that money, you might not be able to afford Christian Watson staying there. I don't know why I use that as my analogy, but it's just it's the first thing that popped up in my head. So that's what I'm talking about. If you're paying T. Higgins too much, you might not be able to pay a Darnell Mooney, a Chase Claypool. So don't pay too much. So this is what I expect. I expect him to maybe start doing some small stuff, maybe even before the draft. He trades away somebody or for somebody right before the draft, maybe early April, maybe late March, maybe even mid-April where the draft is just starting. We've seen it happen before. We've seen the day of A.J. Brown getting traded. We've seen like Aaron Rodgers rumors and stuff, but it never came to be. It happens. Even the day of the draft, it happens. So I expect very, very soon, maybe next month, maybe the month after, April, Ryan Poles is going to start making some moves pretty soon. So just like me, just be patient. It's hard to be patient. I know it is because I already want this offseason over with. I just want to watch Justin Fields already. I already miss watching the Bears on Sunday. Even though we barely won any games, I still miss watching Justin Fields on Sundays because honestly, he was one of the only reasons I was watching on Sundays. So that is when I expect him to start making moves, but who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Remember, this is just my opinion. You can think differently. I don't really care. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Bear down.